From Washington, this is the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
Good evening. The death of a man who sang and played the guitar overshadows the news from Poland, Iran, and Washington tonight. Former Beatle John Lennon, who was 40, was shot and killed last night outside his luxury apartment in New York. The alleged killer is an unemployed security guard and printer who had lived in Hawaii. News of Lennon's death touched off a wave of shock and mourning around the world.
That was Walter Cronkite covering the death of John Lennon in 1980. The musician was gunned down 35 years ago, Tuesday night in New York City. His death was front-page news from Manhattan to London. The Daily Mirror called it the death of a hero. It was Mark David Chapman who killed Lennon outside his Upper West Side home. Chapman fired 5 shots. 4 hit Lennon in the back. The investigation into Lennon's murder revealed Chapman was obsessed with the Beatles star and had spent months planning that attack. Chapman was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. His last bid for parole was denied in August of last year. 35 years after Lennon's death, his music has stood the test of time. Fans placed flowers and played his songs Tuesday at Strawberry Fields, a memorial site dedicated to Lennon in New York's Central Park. It's named after his song, Strawberry Fields Forever. Vlad Duthiers is at the memorial site for us now. Vlad, can you describe the scene there?
Thank you, Tessa. So this is, as it always is, on the anniversary of the assassination of John Lennon, a beautiful scene. There are people here singing. They've been singing for hours. If you can hear the sound clearly, right now people are singing the song A Day in the Life from the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. They've been singing songs all night, and it's hard to not sing along with them. Even as a reporter, you just want to sing along and celebrate in the life of John Lennon. That's what people are doing here tonight.
You know what gets me is that everything that John Lennon stood for, especially at the end of his career when he was talking so much about giving peace a chance and about imagining a world where understanding reigned supreme, where people were filled with love and tolerance for their fellow human beings, that we need it more than ever right now.
You're so right, Contessa. It's incredible and mind-boggling to think that a man who celebrated peace and who celebrated nonviolence died in such a violent way 35 years ago. And it's kind of ironic, as you point out, that in a moment where our nation seems very divided, very divisive, people that are running for the presidency of this country are calling for division instead of calling for unity, which is all John Lennon ever wanted. As you listen to this beautiful music, some of it that he wrote with the Beatles and Paul McCartney, some of it that he wrote by himself, and some of it that he wrote with his wife Yoko Ono, these are the lyrics that stick with us. Give peace a chance. All you need is love. Come together. That's who John Lennon was, and that's who people are celebrating here tonight.
Can you turn the camera around? Can you ask the photographer to turn the camera around a little bit and let us see the crowd?
I can tell you that there are people here all ages. We met a grandfather with his 2-year-old here who says that her favorite song is 8 Days a Week, a great classic Beatles song. And there are young people here, teenagers, and there are people here who remember the Beatles when they were just starting out, and people who knew John Lennon when he was living just a few blocks away from us, right where we are right now at the Dakota Building on Central Park West.
And so many visitors from around the globe, no matter their backgrounds, their education levels, their religion, make it a point to stop there in Central Park and pay their tribute to the man who really inspired the world to higher ideals. Vladimir Duthiers, I know you're a big fan. Thank you so much for bringing us this scene from Central Park in New York City.